For more than 3 centuries of Spanish rule in the Philippines, a massive, invisible wall existed. No matter how brilliant, how faithful, or how capable a native Filipino was, the highest ranks of leadership were entirely off limits. You were meant to follow, never to lead. But in the late 19th century, as the flames of revolution began to burn across the archipelago, one man from the Bicol region didn't just crack that glass ceiling, he completely shattered it. This is the story of Jorge Barlin, a master strategist, a fierce protector of his people, and the very first Filipino bishop in history. Born on April 23, 1850, in Baao, Camarines Sur, Jorge Imperial Barlin wasn't born into massive wealth or Spanish nobility, but what he lacked in colonial privilege, he made up for with sheer intellect. He entered the seminary in Naga, proving himself as a standout scholar. He was ordained as a priest at 24. But being a Filipino priest at this time was dangerous. You were often treated as second class, passed over for promotions in favor of Spanish friars. But Barlin played the long game. He built trust, showed unmatched administrative brilliance, and waited. History is made during chaos. By 1898, the Spanish Empire in the Philippines was collapsing. The Americans were arriving, and revolutions were erupting everywhere. In the Bicol region, the last Spanish bishop fled, leaving behind a massive power vacuum. Who stepped up to lead? Jorge Barlin. He was appointed the apostolic administrator of Nueva Caceres. Suddenly, this Filipino priest was the shield protecting his people. When revolutionaries demanded he hand over church properties, he refused, using brilliant legal maneuvers to protect them. When pressured to break away from Rome and join the new independent church, he stood his ground, knowing that true equality meant taking his rightful seat at the global table, not running from it. The world was watching. The Americans recognized his influence. The Vatican saw his undeniable brilliance. It became impossible to deny what the Filipino people already knew. Jorge Barlin was a world-class leader. On June 29, 1906, history was made. Jorge Barlin was consecrated as the Bishop of Nueva Caceres. After more than 300 years of being told no, a Filipino finally wore the mitre. He proved, on a global stage, that Filipinos were not just capable of self-governance, they could master it. Jorge Barlin's story isn't just church history. It's a masterclass in breaking barriers. He walked into rooms designed to keep him out, and he took a seat at the head of the table. He paved the way so that today we don't have to ask for permission to lead. Who is a modern trailblazer breaking barriers today that reminds you of Jorge Barlin? Let me know in the comments below. If you love learning about the trailblazers who forged our history, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep breaking boundaries.